I'm going to talk about the reasons that we are doing the tapping and swinging and pizzing exercises in this warm-up series, starting with tapping and swinging. So one of our goals always is to set our physical motions at the very beginning levels of playing that we want to have later in our advanced playing. And the level of the left arm and how it moves in relationship to the strings is something that I often feel comes into our awareness much later, and I like to get them thinking about it from the very beginning. So right at the beginning, we're going to do a tap and swing exercise. So we have our hand over our high dot, and I'm checking that I want the thumb, the pad of the thumb, to be on the corner of the violin so that she can feel that she can balance the violin between her thumb and the weight of her head. So lift your head just for a second. So the violin is just sitting on the collarbone. And then just gently set your head so she has some natural weight in the head but without squeezing. And then the thumb is balancing the violin. However, it's not squeezing and the left arm should be free. So you ought to be able to swing their arm left and right without seeing a disturbance in the shoulders going up and down or twisting or funny things going on with the head. So let's bring our elbow under so you probably can see it. And let's tap 5 times on the body of the instrument on the other side of your G string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're keeping the fingers nice and round in a good frame. There's a unified sense to the tapping, developing frame in the left hand, articulation, and later this will also help with the hand vibrato motion. But now, since we're focusing on the left arm, now we're going to swing back a little, and I'm going to have you tap just over the strings. And I'm not picky at this stage. There will be other exercises later where we'll get more specific. But right now, I just want you to tap with the nice round fingers like an umbrella all together on your strings, and it doesn't matter which strings they're hitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then swing back and tap on your violin again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and swing back here. Right, so that's what I'm looking for in that exercise. Then the next one is the strum and swing, which is similar, but now we're doing that motion in one smooth motion. So we started by defining where we want the elbow on one side and the other side, and now we're going to take that as a smooth motion and pluck. So take a breath and pluck, and again. And what I'm looking for here is that that motion is being initiated by the arm. Sometimes you'll see students, let's see if we can get you to do the wrong thing, try to just move their pinky. Try just to do it with your pinky without the arm. That's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for the initiation of the motion to come from the arm. Good. And then to encourage musicianship and that connection with our breathing in our playing, I'm going to have her breathe in before she plucks and exhale or blow out when she plays. So breathe in. That's right, and exhale. And that just helps our body play a smooth motion. Great. And notice that I'm often supporting the instrument here because if you do this for very long, they'll get tired. And now in the middle of this one, we just did a little work with balancing the instrument with the left hand on the shoulder. And I'm just going to move her left and right to see that she feels balanced and that she's not squeezing, that the head is straight, the jaw rest is, or the jaw is in the chin rest, or as I often call it, the jaw rest. And I don't like to have them hold that for very long, just a little bit, because I don't want them to get tight in the back of the neck, but just to start to develop that sense of strength and balance. And then let's come back over here. And then we're going to do some right hand pizzicato. So take your first finger on your A string, and I want them to feel the finger under the string, make sure it's not the nail. And for this, what I'm looking for is a nice, smooth, round motion, and this is later going to play into the motion of playing circles with the bow. It's also going to help a straight bow, actually. So let's try that. Good, and you do a beautiful breath. Now, sometimes you'll see students going behind the body with their hand, and we want to avoid that. Or sometimes you'll see them come forward this way and turning their shoulder. We want to avoid that. We just want to go right over the strings. Try that one more time. Round, that's right, and breathe. That's right. And then the hand, we're looking for just a very soft hand that also kind of mimics the bow hold. So this is working on that, what's going to eventually be whole arm, whole bow circles. And oftentimes we'll do a little contrary motion, and if you're familiar with the tapes of Paul Rowland, he does a lot of work in this way, where as she pitches to the right, I'm going to ask her to swing her balance to her left foot. So give that a try. That's right, and just gentle balance. And so everything is moving a little in contrary motion and very smooth. Great. And you can put your violin in rest position.